he needs to chill. Because
wasn't he already talking that way before he came here?
Probably before he came here, but like just hearing this old clip versus right now, it's like, oh my God, bro. Like you need to go to the doctor because whatever's happening to his throat is some crazy shit. Either way, I mean, I'm kind of
so he needs a throat throat clearing.
He needs a throat doctor. I don't know, but either way, I'm kind of over it. I'll give you the real deal. He just randomly started talking shit on stream about us on Saturday.
See it coming. You didn't see it coming.
Not at all. Now, granted, had I basically been ignoring him, yeah, I mean, kind of like I was kind of over trying to help him with his content. And it seems like because
you wouldn't listen or what?
It was doing poorly and he would not take any kind of advice or counseling. And whenever we would sit down with him, he would just have a million fucking excuses. And when people keep telling me, like you said earlier, like he said his footage wasn't.
Yes, sir. We back again. Once I want to say, man, make sure y'all keep showing love and support to the channel, man. Keep turning up. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. There's more content for you guys, man. Hey, like I said, I like the support, man. I appreciate it. This is my life story 702. I go about money, man. Make sure y'all become a member, you know, and let's keep turning up, man. I got a giveaway coming soon. We almost at this 2K. So let's just keep turning up and keep supporting, man. Thanks y'all, man, and keep commenting if y'all can, and hit that Cash App if y'all want to, and we out.
Coming out for 3 weeks, and he was saying that he couldn't get, you know, help or whatever. It's like, bro, like we would try to talk to him about his content, and he would just have all these dumbass excuses, and it's like, I don't know, I just got sick of it. And I thought I was doing the nice thing by continuing to let him do content on the platform without getting involved, but apparently he didn't see it that way. He also, like, we gave him a small monthly salary to move out here. And we kind of thought that he would come out here and start like building and making shit better. And it kind of went the other way where he just posted up. He
started doing less.
He started hanging out in his apartment streaming and just freaking out, having a mental breakdown on there. I thought he was going to be outside. I thought he was going to be networking with people because I've been out with him in Vegas and seen how he does have a lot of fans. Like it's got to f with him to be that famous in real life and then put out podcasts that get 15,000 views, you know?
Well, I do know, like, I ran into the PRE dudes in Hollywood. They were like, yo, Sharp pulled up on me. Then Sharp had told me I'm about to go pull up on the PRE dudes. I'm like, bro, you need to get them into the building to do an interview. They really haven't been too talkative.
Right.
And I don't know if it happened or not, but
so.
He was moving around a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know, man, but I do know this. I told him, I said, I think you kind of like, you moved a little too fast. It should have been a conversation. And, you know, hey, sometimes you got to change it up.
He was supposed to come on here. Like, that's the thing that's up. Tuesday, me, Almighty, Brick, and Lush, he was supposed to come here. He was supposed to do the episode. This was before Almighty got invited too. So it would have been just me, him, Brick, and Lush. We were going to talk about it. I felt like we were probably going to get pretty close to a resolution. And instead,
he didn't show up.
He said he wanted to get paid for it, which to me is like duck in the face.
Sharp told you that?
Yeah. Well, he told Remo. But that to me was lame because it's like, bro, you could have like fully patched it up and we probably would have been on good terms by the end of that. And instead he said he wanted to get paid or whatever. And it's like the reality is he wanted to keep stretching out this controversy. He doesn't want to come on here and squash it because right now he's getting like 3,000 live viewers on YouTube as opposed to like 300 before. But those are all going away at some point, trust me. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I thought that he would have wanted to come here and have an actual conversation about it. I was looking forward to finally voicing my grievances towards him since I had been holding so many of them in. I mean, but really, this is like part of the problem is like I saw him as a good financial opportunity when we brought him in. But at the same time, like as a dude, is he my cup of tea? Not really. But I would like to think that I could make money and work with people who are not like the kind of guy that I would like to kick it with on a consistent basis. But apparently not as simple as that.
Well, at the end of the day, we cleared it up. Brick's not getting fired. Sharp's now dull at no jumper. And hey, we're on the Adam and Wack show today.
And one more thing about Sharp though that bums me out is that you remember we wanted to have him on here, and instead he was like, "Well, I want to have Wack on my show first." And I felt like you weren't necessarily feeling that. So then we never got him on here. It would have been so interesting to see you guys actually really talk on here because you guys have never been on a podcast together.
He told me he was going to bring this one chick that was older. What's his words? That comes from the game, I guess, that world. And I'm like, well,
Is it his wife?
I don't know. It was some lady.
I guess he's married.
From the Bay, I think. I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm kind of like anti-pimp. Like, you know.
Why do you say that? I kind of feel that too.
I'm like, I go in there, but I'm not going to be agree. See, I was in prison and I had an old man tell me, a real pimp will sell his own ass to get his stable started.
Really?
So he said, in order to get that money, a real pimp will do some things to sacrifice.
From what I've been told, any kind of sex work involving yourself is massively looked down upon in the pimp community. What I feel weird about is like sometimes I'll be sitting there watching like a documentary about a pimp or having a conversation about pimping, and some of the things they describe, I'm just like, oh no, like call me a big softy or whatever, but I'm just not really into like, you know, making, manipulating, and deceiving women for money like a huge part of your identity. But and then creating this crazy persona to justify it. You know, it's just not. That's not for me.
I was cool with it, but he kept canceling. But I did tell Sharp. I said, "Yo, bro, I just think I think you should have kept that tool in your toolbox. You jumped out the window too fast." I never felt like Adam had anything against you. I think you should have handled it a different way. And some of the things he said, I see why. If editing and then you submitting and then the monetization not coming back, you got to re-edit, submit. If it takes you 2-3 times to do that after he's editing other things, I see how that could get stressed out. But then again, he should have had that conversation. It's easy to talk to you. You're in that office looking at your screen. All you got to do is walk in.
Most other people in the office seem like they have a little bit more skepticism about walking into the office and sparking up a conversation, whereas you come in like a bull every time. Hey, what are you doing? I got this thing going on. This. And I'm just kind of, okay, nice. Hell yeah. But I give you that. Like, you deserve that. No. But I feel the vibe from a lot of other people in the office that if they're going to come into the office and interrupt whatever email I'm writing, they want to make sure it's important. I like that you don't give.
Somebody told you, yeah, Wack got an issue with you, but he ain't going to say nothing to you. You're going to be like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you having a secret issue would be very confusing to me. I'd be like, I'm like, it must be so up if he's not telling me.
Yo, man. So,
shot my video with Big Sad last night. Dropping very, very soon. Might be out by the time this see this.
The song is hot.
The song is hard.
I can't hate on it. The song is hot on both sides. He did his thing, too.
Oh, man. I can't wait.
Yo, did he tell you he wanted to be paid to do the cipher?
When I asked him about the cipher, and he goes, he was talking about this the other night on stream. He's like, you said that you don't talk about anything involving me to your bitch. Even though what I said on the Tuesday show was that I was on FaceTime with Lennon while I was driving to work. I pull into the parking lot. He's right there. We stop our cars side by side to speak to each other. And I say, hey, let's do that freestyle in next week or whatever, whenever it is, a couple of days. He goes, I'm going to be real with you, Church. I can't rap with no N-word that I can't shake hands with. Talking about Almighty. Like, him and Almighty dislike each other so much that I guess he like really doesn't.
When did that happen? Didn't they used to do a show together?
Not a show, but they did a bunch of pods together and stuff. I think they had.
Weren't they on the news or something?
They had girl drama, which is ironic for two pimps. But
Almighty's a pimp too?
But like a 50 Cent, I'm a PIMP. I don't think he's like
I just thought,
I don't think he's managing sex workers, but he's like, he's got that persona. I don't know. Almighty, I don't know what to say. But either way, he basically, they don't get along to such an extent that he didn't want to do the song with him. But then he goes on stream and he lies, and on multiple different counts. He says he doesn't know what the problem with Almighty is, which is cap. It's about girls at the very least. Begins with girls, and then there's other stuff. And then he also said that he wanted to get paid for doing the cipher, which nobody else at the time, and nobody mentioned getting paid from the cipher. I'm gonna be real with you. It's got about 260,000 views. If I looked at how much it's earned, it might be like $1,000, which might cover the studio time. So if anyone really wanted to get paid, it was probably not like the song to really try to get paid for. But he's lying when he says that he wanted to get paid. He didn't want to do it because of Almighty.
That was it.
It would have been fun. It would have been an opportunity. We probably would have built up some camaraderie right there. Maybe the whole gang's kind of back together. Maybe it would have been cool. I don't know. He's just like straight.
I don't be knowing.
He's vampire mode.
Listen, with the whole little.
Sharp is a vampire.
I don't know who got what going on. I still haven't met everybody from No Jumper.
You haven't met Brick?
Or what's his name? Lush?
You haven't even met Lush?
I don't know.
I want to bring him on here. I think you and him are going to be fucking great.
Told to bring him on. He said a few things. He had a few things to say about him. Nothing crazy. I can't even remember his difference in opinion, but I've never met him. You know, seemed like a cool dude to me.
Lush is cool. Yeah. He's also like.
Did somebody call him out before he called somebody? It was
Almighty and him had beef and then actually squabbled.
They had a fight.
They had a fight.
He was somebody supposed to come up and didn't come up.
For Lush?
It was something I remember.
It was Almighty that day, yeah. And then they ended up doing it a couple of days later. Yeah, that was a little confusing there at one point. At one point, we all left the stream, all went outside for the fight, and then had to just come back in because it turned out the person wasn't coming. But whatever. Lush is probably like one of the foremost hip-hop experts on earth, I would say. His hip-hop knowledge is insane.
I like his verse too on the cipher.
We can discount any odd personality quirks or drug addictions.
I don't know too much about him.
He knows a lot about rap. He's an encyclopedia.
Where's he from?
He is from Los Angeles.
From LA, okay.
Yeah.
He's a gang of Sudango?
No comment. That's his politics. I don't know.
Oh, he don't like claim a neighborhood?
I don't know.
He never says it? He never says like 18 ese.
He pivots.
La Florencia.
That's the thing with Lush. He could be a white guy one minute, a black guy the next, an Asian Cambodian the next, and then he's a Mexican, and he's all over the place. 1 minute he's from LA, next minute he's from Oakland, next minute he's from Alaska.
Yeah, definitely.
All over the place.
So you're telling me absolutely no more Sharp?
Well, I mean, I would still be down to sit down with him if he wanted to have a conversation, but I do think that in terms of him continuing to come on the channel, I mean, what are we doing? Like, I definitely am not interested in continuing to do what he had been doing, which is like very low effort content that didn't seem really like there was much thought going on behind it. And now if he wanted to come back on here and yell at some girls, but I mean, realistically, I feel like that ship has sailed.
I see the episode he did with the BMF dudes who really wasn't BMF, who said that we went to school with Meech's daughter. I was like, yo, you're asking these guys a bunch of questions about things that they just wasn't around.
So you're saying that somebody like somehow got an interview with him?
Yeah, you didn't see it. It was two dudes.
Sharp BMF.
Yeah, it was two dudes.
Boogie and Baby Truth joining BMF, Big Meech, Blue Da Vinci, and more. Doesn't seem like it performed terribly well at the very least, but
they were too young. Like they really didn't know anything about. Like they literally said Blue Da Vinci let them in the party because they got a call for Meech. Like they went to school with Meech's daughter, and I was like,
this said Meech used to see him around his daughter all the time, so he said, you know what, you family. Meech was in jail. He only seen the feds. The fuck you talking about? I can't really pass judgment on these guys.
You didn't know about this interview?
You know, at a certain point, I just kind of stopped.
Sharp said you didn't know what was going on in the building.
In terms of his commentary, yes, there is some truth to that, yeah. At some point, I just kind of
I would definitely love to see a Blue Da Vinci Sharp interview.
We probably should just not do content on this channel unless I am at least somewhat involved, motivated, into it. And then if I become so uninterested with the content that I just like am paying zero attention, maybe I should just take that as a sign this does not need to continue happening on the channel. That might be fair.
Blue Da Vinci's in town too. The Blue Da Vinci and Sharp would have went crazy.
So now you're a big Sharp fan.
No, Blue Da Vinci and Sharp.
But how does a Blue Da Vinci interview do in this day and age?
I don't put it
I feel like Cam Capone might have just had him on 2 months ago. Yeah, I mean, he's doing decent numbers. I don't know if they post the full thing. Yeah, right here. Well, the clip seemed like they did all right. Blue Da Vinci.
No, because Sharp allowed them people to say some things about Blue.
Oh yeah,
I know Blue. Yeah, Blue. It would have been. It'd been a little aggressive in there.
You want to hear a crazy story that didn't come out on Tuesday? and this is my last Sharp anecdote for as long as possible, but there was like a day where this woman came in, right? And she had 2 different artists and they both were doing interviews with Sharp. She comes over and she starts talking to me. I hope I remember this correctly. And at some point she just mentions something about paying to get more people on the channel. Oh, no, at a certain point I realized that I had seen her on her Instagram story where she tagged me trying to charge people for interviews, saying, if you want to interview, hit me up. It costs this amount of money on No Jumper, blah, blah, blah. And so then I'm in the office. This woman, random black woman, comes up, starts introducing herself to me, and she says something and it clicks. I'm like, you're that lady that I told off on Instagram? Because I basically DM'd her and told her to fuck off and stop pretending that she could sell interviews on my behalf. And she told me that Sharp had told her that this was okay. And so we call Sharp in like the next day or a couple of days later or whatever, and we have a meeting about this. And also, like, I ended up arguing with this chick. Like, she wanted to take a picture with me. I'm like, hell no, I'm not taking a picture with you because you're going to use it to scam, whatever. Exactly. And so then we end up having a meeting with Sharp. Of course, he's already had quite a few drinks at this point, I'm pretty sure, even though it was like noon. And he just like, oh my God, he goes on a warpath, denying in every possible way, calls the chick and just starts screaming at her on the phone. And it was like, I kind of walked away from it a little bit unsure if he was telling the truth or if she was telling the truth. I just kind of, at a certain point, it just started to hurt my head and I just kind of gave up on it. But that was definitely a sketchy moment. Was he stretching his neck when he was talking? Because I watch when he screams at women. Like this? You're fucking lying! We're lying! This is really dumb. You haven't seen the Vince McMahon documentary? No. If you watch it, you'll see a lot of yourself in it, and you'll see a lot of Sharp in it as well. Like Sharp and like the Ultimate Warrior remind me a lot of each other. Yeah, there you go. You know? There you go. Listen, man, shout out to Sharp, man. He do his thing, man. Listen. Come up, have a conversation. No hard feelings, Sharp. You know, people felt like we were being a little too mean on Tuesday, which I felt like, you know what? He's airing shit out. He's saying that he don't fuck with me. Okay, I'm gonna just say all the shit that I think in my head that I haven't really said to many people. Let's let it all out. Whatever. Okay, this is another thing. When I was at this food festival on Saturday, I run into a dude that I know who has worked for Kanye for a long time. And I start talking to him and I'm like, how is Kanye doing with the nitrous? Because that's my number one concern. Because when I saw the clip of him wearing the nitrous mask, that really had me worried. Like, holy, that's a level that I have not seen anybody else at. He told me Kanye is completely off the nitrous and that he is now 100% focused on the music, almost to the extent that he was making it sound like the eyes are kind of off the clothing thing completely. But apparently Kanye is very much posted up, not using nitrous, no Galaxy gas, working on music. I've never seen Ye use nitrous. Okay. There's a lot of information about him using nitrous out there. I tried to pull it out one day with the fake doctor. No, and there's a clip with where he's saying to Ryan Garcia, he's wearing the nitrous mask and he like pulls it off and he goes, Ryan Garcia, I'm on the nitrous. Which I don't know why he chose to put that out there, but I just wanted to let you know that your friend is doing well. And this is someone who would absolutely know. He's going through a divorce, it looks like. I know, and then I found out about that the next day. I never knew he was even married. Yeah, he got married to that chick. That I heard about it. I didn't kind of believe it. I mean, what the were they doing? It feels like they were just putting on some sort of weird performance art show for all these months. So she's like, they're going out in public. It's hot as he's wearing some huge hoodie, some crazy jacket. She's like naked wearing cellophane or whatever. Remember the scene where he got head on that boat? That was with her. It felt like she was more of like a willing participant. Who got head on the boat? Kanye. From who? Her. Who's her? His wife, Bianca. And what is she? A white woman, I guess. There you go. There you go. What? I got it out of me. Why is that a dunk? Listen, if we were playing a game, had a game show, I would have won. Wait, why? Listen, you followed all the clues I was giving you. God damn it, you said right what I wanted you to say. Kanye was getting hair from a white woman. You said it, not me. What's wrong with that? Say nothing. He's probably got hair from many white women. Especially coming out of a white man. He was married to a white woman for like 10 years. I feel like I really missed something. Yeah, you did. What was it? You did. You see, he's laughing. You're just laughing because he's acting like this?
He knew what I was doing. He knew what I was doing.
But why is me saying that she's a white woman in any way a
fact
dunk?
that you was oblivious to what I was trying to get you to say.
But it was funny. Why the white woman thing?
Well, you know, why is Diddy locked up for white slavery?
So you think if he had only been black women, he would be all right?
Definitely, no problem.
I feel like so many people are acting like Diddy's guilt is more certain than it seems to me. Like for instance, okay,
innocent till proven guilty.
Think about it. If you're having orgies on a consistent basis and you've got these sex workers coming around with you, right? Are you really trying to tell me it's so fucked up that you were managing the drug supply? Because listen, if you were allowing these women to just come to your orgies and bring their own drugs, guess what? People are going to get fentanyl. They're going to fucking die. To me, that's like the least he could do is be the Molly supplier. Be in charge of the quality control.
Did you see the Ray J clip?
Which one?
With him on the news.
I did not.
Did you hear what he said?
No, what did he say?
Yo, hold on.
Because you know
somebody for taking somebody's ass. There's a lot of people out here taking from people. Not only like people are getting robbed of not only their money and their spirituality. They're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood. Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. Do you chuckle?
Yes, sir. Welcome to My Life Story 702. I go by Money Man. I want to say make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Keep turning up with the channel, man. Keep engaging, man. I really do appreciate it. I got more videos coming soon, so stay tuned in for that. And let's get to the video. Yes, sir.
Do you laugh? Do you help? Do you criticize? Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Everybody got a joke about having baby oil and lube. Is that okay?